44-1 this year. 2 championships to go. It takes us to 220. A matchup, Josiah Jones, a sophomore there on the left from Westmont Hilltop out of District 6. 34-5 is Jones this season, career record of 50-11. Matt Bojan, his head coach. Cole Nye is his opponent, the junior from Bishop McDevitt out of District 3. Nye is 41-5 and 118-23 in his career. Dean Shields, his head coach. Jones from Westmont Hilltop, Nye from Bishop McDevitt. So we'll start with Josiah Jones first. Sophomore, last year just 16-6, District 6 runner-up. Nye started at Bishop McDevitt as a freshman, went 27-11, District 2nd, Region 6th. Went to Wyoming Seminary last year, was National Prep 5th. Back to McDevitt this year, where he was 3rd in the sectional in District 3, 2nd in the South Central last week, and now a chance to win a state title. We mentioned earlier when John Pippa wrestled for McDevitt back in the beginning of this tournament at 132 pounds, that McDevitt is still looking for their first state champ. Pippa back-to-back, or has been finished second now twice in 2014, 2016. We mentioned earlier with Westmont Hilltop, we saw Anthony Walters fall to Jacob Oliver at 170, that they have had 2 state champs. Jim mentioned Matt Bojan was one, Zach Bennett was the other, winning it in 2007. It's a pretty interesting 195-pound match. We saw some excitement at the end. Let's see what kind of pace we have here at 220.
So far, both these wrestlers are pretty active. Nye had a great semifinal match over Ethan Budd from Porth Allegheny out of District 9, winning that match 5-4. He got a takedown late in the 3rd period and held on for that win. Jones struggled in his semifinal match. He came out on top in overtime, 3-1 over Joseph Gladish from Allentown Central Catholic.
All right, so each of these guys has 5 losses on the season. Jones has lost to Mike McAlevey of Peters Township. He's our finalist at 220 in AAA. He has a loss to Nye this season, as we're scoreless after 1. The loss to Nye came back on the 30th of December. He lost 3-1. He has a loss to Kiski's Chad Kuhn, 3-1. Jacob Robb, our other AAA finalist at 220 from Armstrong. That was in the Mercer VFW tournament, lost to him 1-0. And most recently, or actually the same day, lost to Ben Bish by ultimate tiebreaker 3-2 on the 23rd of January. Escape to Jones for the 1-0 lead. Now Nye has a loss to Robb of Armstrong that we mentioned, 3-0 back on December 12th. A loss to Cody Amos of Cave Spring on the 30th of December, 6-5. A loss to McAlevey of Peters Township, 3-2. A loss to Boyertown's Jordan Wood, who unfortunately was injured last weekend and could not compete in this state tournament. That loss was 10-1. And he lost by injury default on the 27th of February in the district tournament to Jacob Paul of Halifax. That happened in the quarterfinals. There we go. But the biggest one of that is that Nye has a win over Jones, 3-1 in December.
And you know what? December was a long time ago.
Well, it's interesting when you look back at the seasons that a lot of these wrestlers have had, both this level and the AAA level, and how many that, you know, might have a couple of losses and they're in December, they're in the early part, and then they just run through.
They get hot. That's you know what? You got to peak at the right time. That is just, for some wrestlers, that that, you know, aren't the, you know, Spencer Lee type who just completely dominate everybody. You've got to peak at the right time, man, and bring it to Hershey. This is it.
Here's the other thing too. You have teams, and I tell you what, I've said this, that Powerade tournament seems to get better every year.
That's a tough tournament.
That's the one on December 30th. You have that, the Beast, King of the Mountain, a lot of really good Hurricane Classic that Liberty wrestles in Bethlehem, or that hosts in Bethlehem. A lot of really good Ironman, a lot of teams still compete in. That's early in the season. The Escape the Rock is really the only January tournament that has higher reputation right now. There's some good. WCCA has their District 7 tournament, the whole deal. We mentioned a couple of the other ones, but as far as that prominent, that really high intensity level, Escape the Rock is another tournament that's good. So a lot of times you're hitting, for some of these guys, really tough in-state, out-of-state competition in December, and January is mainly when you're in your dual meet portion. And sometimes you don't see on a consistent basis that type of competition that you might have seen in early or late December.
Oh, you're definitely correct. In particular, some of the schools, the schedule, I mean, they're in leagues, and the league may not be a great league, or the people at your weight class and the other schools in your league may not, you know, they're just not bringing much to the table at the level that you need for good competition.
I tell you, I had a chance to see the Escape the Rock this year. I mean, that we're going to see some rematches from that tournament later tonight. And the quality of competition that Council Rock South High School has been able to draw in from Jersey, Don Bosco, Bergen Catholic, just some really good competition there. Escape awarded to Nye. So here we go with the big guys at 220, 1-1 with a lot of time to work with in this third period. Neither guy's been very close. Nye has a chance. Again, here's a guy that wrestled national preps last year for Wyoming Seminary, has come back to McDevitt to compete this season as a junior, and he's got a chance to win a state championship and be the first one ever for McDevitt to win a state title. Now, as we get into the end here, Brookville is going to win the team title. They have a 2-point lead over Huntington. Both of those programs are finished. McDevitt, with a win here by Nye, could move up ahead of South Park and Montoursville and be in the 6th spot as a team, which isn't bad. It's got to be pretty. Huntington's going to hold down the number 2 team-wise. Boiling Springs and Reynolds currently tied, with Reynolds with one wrestler left in this consolation round. We'll try to give you an update if we can. Boy, close there for Jones as they go out of bounds to scoring a takedown. We'll try to get an update from 1st through 5th, but looks like Brookville's going to win this championship in AA. Huntington is going to be 2nd. It's a matter of who finishes 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, really all the way back to about 8th place. Again, McDevitt with a win here by Nye could jump into the top. They could jump into the top 5 with a victory.
Both these wrestlers qualified as their respective regional champions for the tournament. Jones won the Southwestern region. Nye won the Southeastern region. Bishop McDevitt wrestling program just started a few years ago. Of course, they've certainly made a name for themselves in a short period of time.
3 seconds, Jeremy. 3 seconds. 3.
We go to overtime, our 3rd overtime bout so far tonight. Both of them, both the other two, did end in the 1-minute sudden victory. One slightly controversial, but both exciting.
And we get back to the stamina thing to see who can You can keep it together here in the overtime period.
Jones has been close a couple of times. He's had some shots as they've gone out of bounds. Neither guy's been warned.
Really, Jones has been the only one that's been even relatively close to getting a takedown. And it looks like we're going to go into the 30-second overtime periods.
They'll flip the disc. Each guy will get a chance for the ride out. Nice choice first. As it comes up green, he'll go underneath. Neither guy's been very close to a takedown, although Jones has had the better handful of shots. Neither guy's been very productive at riding the other out, as Nye earns the escape. Now the bottom line here is for Jones is he will get choice if we go to ultimate tiebreaker, because he scored the first points, the escape. And I imagine Nye knows that. I don't know if either one of these guys is very confident in riding the other if we get to the UTB in that last 30-second frame.
I don't see either one of these wrestlers riding the other guy for more than just a handful of seconds.
Ride out number 2, it'll be Jones' choice. He will go underneath.
And the good news for Nye is that no one has been warned yet.
Well, now Nye, yeah, right. And Nye's in good position. He's not going to get warned here. He tried to get a leg in. The key for Jones here is going to be if he can get a nice fresh start off this whistle, explode out.
Yeah, he's got to come up and out in a hurry, because it's clear that Nye's going to try to wrap him up and put a leg in.
We'll stop it for potentially dangerous. 12 seconds to go. Now, if Nye is to do that again when they come to standing, we're at 11 seconds. He could get warned. He could get warned for stalling, for creating that stalemate situation. He's rolling with him. He got a real nice lock over and under the body. 5 seconds to go. Maybe Nye's going to prove me wrong and ride this one out.
5 seconds left.
Locks again. And he's going to do it. Cole Nye is going to do it. 30-second ride out period, stays off his back at the end, and he becomes the first state champ for Bishop McDevitt, winning this 2-1 in the tiebreaker at 220.
Now this is Nye's escape, and he gets right out without any trouble whatsoever.
It's ultimately the points that did it. So we'll go now to our top 8 at 195 pounds.
Chestnut Ridge, Connor.